The school beauty, in an attempt to maintain her image as a clumsy yet beautiful girl, accidentally knocked over a flask of alcohol during an experiment, causing a fire. She turned around and threw herself into her brother's arms, whimpering. "She's just a little clumsy girl, it's really tough." Meanwhile, I was burned on my wrist and can no longer hold a scalpel. Her brother and childhood friend Ryan only spoil her. "You're so timid, there's nothing we can do about you. Being soft and clumsy is fine, we'll protect you for the rest of your life." I was furious. "Because of your stupid actions, you almost killed everyone. You ran away so quickly, but don't you care about others' lives?" The younger sister felt humiliated and cried, demanding to cut her wrists as an apology. Her brother and Ryan, who had always pampered her, were enraged. Her brother coldly cut off my medical expenses. Ryan, on the other hand, incited the public to launch a vicious online attack against me, leaving me covered in insults from thousands of people. Driven out of my home, I lived like a homeless dog with no dignity, enduring endless suffering, and eventually died in agony. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself back on the day of the experiment with my sister. "Oh no, how do I put out this fire? Clear brother, save me." In the quiet exam hall, my sister Bella suddenly pouted and ignored the alcohol lamp she had knocked over, throwing herself into Ryan's arms. My finger almost got burned. "I'm so scared." The alcohol lamp she had dropped rolled over and ignited the nearby cotton curtains, causing an explosion almost instantly, sending a massive flame shooting out. With a loud bang, the students in the laboratory were startled by the sudden loud noise and froze in place. The flames quickly rose and surged forward. In the blink of an eye, they engulfed the entire classroom. Fortunately, having been reborn, I was prepared. I grabbed a wet cloth nearby to cover the alcohol lamp, shouted for everyone to evacuate quickly, and swiftly grabbed the fire extinguisher from the storage cabinet, aiming it at the source of the fire. Even so, it took nearly half an hour to extinguish the fire. When I stepped out of the classroom, I was soaked in sweat, covered in ash, and panting heavily. The students were still in a state of panic and anxiety from the fire. Only Bella remained. She was still clinging to Song Ching's chest, blinking her eyes and complaining pitifully, "I'm so upset, I almost ruined my new manicure." The very person who nearly caused the fire. She showed no remorse, acting so insincere. Anger welled up inside me. I rolled up my sleeves and charged forward in a single bound. Smack! A palm, mixed with soot and dust, struck Bella's face with force. I used every ounce of strength I had in that slap. Driven by 2 lifetimes of hatred, I knocked her to the ground. Bella was stunned, covering her face in shock. I glared at her with hatred. Even elementary school students know to cover the alcohol lamp after use. Why can't you do that? Do you have any idea how close we were to a fire because of your stupid actions? Over 20 lives were at risk. Can you take that responsibility? I just accidentally forgot. Bella's eyes welled up with tears as she sobbed softly. The experiment was too hard. I was scared. Woo-woo. There she goes again, playing the helpless victim. Bella calls herself a dumb beauty. Every time she makes a mistake or causes trouble, she acts cute and innocent to cover up her lack of ability, earning sympathy from others. Seeing her cry like this, some people couldn't help but feel sorry for her. "Enough, Jiang-yi." Song Ching stepped forward to block Bella, speaking sternly. "Bella didn't mean it. She's so timid, you scared her to tears." "Shut up." I coldly glanced at him. "I'm disciplining my own sister. What's it to you?" Song Ching frowned in displeasure. "Anyway, nothing major happened, and Bella has already admitted her mistake. Why are you being so relentless? No big deal? Bullshit." My heart sank, and the tragic events of my previous life flashed through my mind. In my previous life, because of Bella's foolish actions, the entire laboratory was engulfed in flames. Everyone was trapped inside and couldn't escape. Even those who managed to survive were injured, with 2 suffering severe lung infections that left them disabled for life. I too was left a cripple from severe burns on my wrist, unable to fulfill my dream of saving lives. When I woke up, seeing Bella unharmed, I completely broke down. "You caused this disaster, yet you escaped so quickly. Do you think others' lives don't matter?" Bella felt humiliated and cried hysterically, threatening to slit her wrists as an apology. Her doting older brother and Ryan were immediately filled with pity for her and turned their anger toward me. My brother coldly cut off my medical expenses and kicked me out of the house. Ryan, meanwhile, orchestrated a vicious online campaign against me, subjecting me to widespread public condemnation. Homeless and unable to find work due to my disabilities, I lived a life more miserable than that of a stray dog. In the end, I died a tragic death in the harsh winter, starving and freezing to death. Even as I lay dying, I refused to accept my fate. It was Bella who ruined my life. Why was she able to escape unscathed and receive endless pampering? Driven by this hatred, I was reborn on the day of the accident. Those who commit wrong must pay the price. Before me, Bella sobbed uncontrollably. My Ryan Song-ching stood beside her, whispering softly, his eyes filled with love for her. Watching the scene, I narrowed my eyes and sneered. I scolded Bella because she seriously violated laboratory rules and was at fault from the start. If I hadn't reacted quickly to put out the fire, the entire class would have perished in the flames. Yet the one responsible for all this couldn't even utter a harsh word. What kind of logic is that? Why? Just because she can cry, we deserve to be dragged down? My words rang out clearly, quickly resonating with the other students. Facing the disapproving glances from those around him, Song-ching cleared his throat uncomfortably. He tried to say something to ease the tension, but I didn't give him the chance. Bella, you can pretend to be naive and innocent in your daily life, but the lab is no place for mistakes. You can't even handle an alcohol lamp properly. I suggest you go back to kindergarten and have your thin intellect retrained. I pulled out the roster and drew a big X next to her name without hesitation. According to the lab's disciplinary regulations, you're fired. As the lab's Alex, I have the right to kick Bella out. Just then, Ethan rushed over. Jiangyi, I'm warning you, as long as I'm here, don't you dare harm a single hair on Coco's head. Ethan shouted at me angrily, his eyes filled with disgust and impatience. He was also my older brother. But in Ethan's eyes, Bella was just his sister. Even after learning that Bella nearly burned down the entire lab, Ethan still spoke up for her. Even if Coco made a mistake, you have no right to expel her from the lab. She is a member of this project and has put in a lot of effort. I raised my chin slightly, looking down on Bella, who was still sobbing uncontrollably. Humph, does she even deserve it? She's always late and leaves early, enters the lab with her hair a mess, wearing a short skirt and high heels, either playing on her phone or doing her makeup. Does she even look like she's doing academic research? Jiangyi, shut up. The one who should shut up is you. I coldly interrupted Ethan. Everyone in the lab works day and night digging through data, even skipping meals, and Bella doesn't lift a finger yet dares to take credit? Who gave her the nerve? She's truly shameless, taking it to the extreme. Now that we're implementing trash sorting, be considerate and throw yourself in the trash bin where you belong, got it? Having been reborn with a heart full of resentment, I managed to enrage Bella with just a few words. She covered her face and cried, tears streaming down her cheeks. Sister, I already know I was wrong. Why are you still scolding me? You're being too harsh. Woo-woo. Before me, Ethan and Song-ching clenched their teeth, their anger evident. But they restrained themselves due to the displeased expressions of the other students in the lab. I didn't bother to respond. He ordered the three of them out. Get out! Don't disturb us while we're working. However, the experiment could not continue. Even if I had managed to extinguish the fire, the expensive equipment had already been damaged. The research process was forced to halt, and I sighed as I led everyone to report the damage. All of it was attributed to Ethan and Song-ching. Since they pamper Bella so much, they'll gladly pay the hundreds of thousands of dollars in repair costs. After I finished recording the losses, someone rushed into the classroom from outside. Alex, Dr. Thompson wants to see you. I furrowed my brows slightly. I remembered that Dr. Thompson had been busy with his promotion evaluation and hadn't come to school for half a month. I saw Bella and the others in the office earlier. Alex, I think he's after you. Meeting the worried gaze in front of me, I smiled. It's okay, I'll handle it. Having been reborn, I wasn't even afraid of death. What else could scare me? Sure enough, when I stepped into the office, a barrage of scolding greeted me. Jiang Yi, how could you do this? As Alex, you caused the lab fire, resulting in severe losses, and bullied the weak, even expelling your own sister from the lab. Who gave you the right to abuse your authority? Do you even respect Dr. Thompson? Such despicable character is unworthy of a human being. Looking at Dr. Thompson's furious expression, I remained calm. You say I caused the fire in the lab? That's like the thief crying stop, thief. Song Qing suddenly jumped in and interrupted. That's right, the fire in the lab was Jiang Yi's fault. As an Alex, maintaining the lab is within her job description. Cuckoo has been working tirelessly on the project lately, and she accidentally knocked over the alcohol lamp in a moment of carelessness. It was just an accident. But Jiang Yi is refusing to let it go and is deliberately framing Cuckoo. She's just jealous of Cuckoo's hard work and talent. Her heart is truly despicable. Ethan also chimed in to corroborate. That's right, it's all Jiang Yi's fault. Cuckoo is always so considerate and thoughtful. She would never do something as terrible as starting a fire. Ethan wasn't even there to witness the truth, yet he spoke so confidently in Bella's defense. Though I've been through this before. Those cold, indifferent eyes still pierced my heart with pain. I clenched my fists and took a deep breath. The truth isn't what they're saying. It was Bella who violated the safety procedures and knocked over the alcohol lamp. Enough! Dr. Thompson impatiently cut me off. He glared at me with a cold, unflinching gaze. Stop lying and making excuses in front of me. Everyone was too scared to react at the time. How come you were the only one who managed to act quickly and put out the fire? You're clearly guilty and trying to cover it up. I froze in place, my body going cold. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. The next moment, his harsh reprimand rang in my ears again. From today onward, Jiang Yi, you are no longer a member of my team. I don't need someone like you who slanders their own family and has such moral corruption. You are also prohibited from participating in any laboratory projects in the future. I will report this to the Academic Affairs Office and request disciplinary action leading to your expulsion. I never imagined that Dr. Thompson, whom I had always admired and respected, would condemn me without hearing my side of the story. He didn't even give me a chance to explain. I didn't start the fire in the laboratory. I won't take the blame for this. I desperately tried to defend myself, but Dr. Thompson ignored me and even took away my lab access card. Why? I trembled in disbelief. Dr. Thompson was always strict, but he had never been so biased before. Privately, he had praised me for my hard work and research potential. Keep up the good work, and you'll become a role model for everyone. Because of those words, I had neglected sleep and food, pouring all my heart and soul into the research project, viewing Dr. Thompson as my role model to strive for. Now that I had finally achieved results, was I being kicked out? And the person I had once looked up to as a beacon of light now stood before Bella, his gaze gentle as water. From now on, you will be the lab's Alex. I believe in your abilities. Once the research results are published, you will be the first author. No! I clenched my teeth, trying to stop this nightmare. This research was my own work. It was my life's work. Ethan suddenly pushed me away. Get out! You don't deserve to be here. I stumbled and fell to the ground, my arms bleeding profusely, but I couldn't stop Dr. Thompson. He pulled out his phone, intending to report me to the academy and have me expelled. I would soon become a laughingstock in the field, never able to set foot in the lab again. My life would be dark and hopeless. Out of the corner of my eye, Bella hid behind the crowd, tears welling up in her eyes. We're sisters. Why are you jealous and framing me? If you sincerely apologize, I'll forgive you. Her insincere words instantly moved the three men present to pity. Facing her smug, taunting smile, I trembled, unable to utter a sound. It felt like I was back in the darkness of being falsely accused and framed. No one believed me. Was I doomed to repeat the same tragic fate in this new life? Just then, a cold voice came from outside the office door. I can prove that Jiang Yi was framed. I turned around abruptly. But I saw an unexpected person. Yu Xiuesheng? I froze in place. Nathan, a senior 2 years my senior, we had once worked together in the student council. He was the acknowledged genius of the academy, and I'd heard he'd been busy with competitions lately. Why was he here? Nathan walked into the office and looked at Dr. Thompson, his expression unwavering. The school must follow proper procedures to expel a student. This requires departmental review and approval. It can't be decided by one person alone. The lab fire had nothing to do with Jiang Yi. She's innocent. Song Qing couldn't hold back any longer and blurted out, "You weren't even there. How can you vouch for Jiang Yi?" I can't, but the surveillance footage won't lie. As soon as Nathan finished speaking, Bella's expression changed, and she blurted out, "Impossible. The ignition point of the alcohol lamp was right near the surveillance camera. The damaged footage doesn't count." So that's how it was. I clenched my fists, wanting to rush over and slap her again. Earlier, I couldn't refute it because I saw the damage to the surveillance camera lens. Bella did it on purpose. Otherwise, how could she remember it so clearly? In response, Nathan gave her a disdainful look as if she were an idiot. The surveillance camera is broken, but the memory card inside is still there. The school allocates so much funding every year to build a proper surveillance system in the laboratory. Do you really think they're doing charity work? If you're all convinced it's Jiang Yi's fault, then open your eyes and see the facts. Bella's expression turned panicked in an instant. The students outside had already been drawn in by the commotion. They all stared wide-eyed at the surveillance footage projected onto the wall in the office. The footage clearly showed Bella's careless attitude in the lab. While everyone else was diligently working on their data, she was busy taking selfies with her phone. It wasn't until the experiment was almost over that she slowly stood up and pulled out a lighter. But you can't use a lighter to light an alcohol lamp. As expected, the alcohol lamp burst into a scorching flame, causing Bella to scream in terror, knock over the alcohol, and dive into Song Qing's arms. This magical, idiotic move inevitably sparked a wave of condemnation. Does Bella have no brain? Using a lighter to light alcohol? Does she want to die? Holy crap, this scene is making my blood pressure spike. The scene shifts to me quickly evacuating the students and handling the fire. The students all sighed in relief. If it weren't for Alex, we would have been doomed today. So how dare Bella turn the tables on us? It was clearly her who dragged us and Jiang Yi Alex into this mess. Even if she's your own sister, how can you act so selfish and play the innocent victim after dragging everyone down? I'd rip her guts out and tie them in a bow. She can act crazy and dumb all she wants, but when it comes to critical moments, she's as dumb as a pig. I'm speechless. I almost got dragged down with her. Other people's lives don't matter to her. Seeing the growing discontent among the crowd, Song Qing, the knight in shining armor, couldn't sit idly by anymore. We're all classmates. Why be so petty? I snorted in derision. You weren't so magnanimous just a moment ago. Now the truth is out in the open. How you forced me to drop out earlier should be punished on the real culprit. No, don't. Bella's eyes welled up with tears as she sobbed. I really didn't mean it. Don't kick me out. I stepped forward, my gaze unwavering. Enough. This is a disgrace. Finally, Dr. Thompson broke the deadlock with a stern expression. He looked around at the angry stares and reluctantly said, since this was Bella's mistake, she will take responsibility. A 2,000-word self-criticism essay is due by next week. From now on, no one is allowed to discuss this matter again. As soon as he finished speaking, Bella immediately looked tearful and wronged. A chill ran down my spine. A 2,000-word self-criticism. Compared to Bella's previous life, where she had come out unscathed, this was a severe punishment. Dr. Thompson waved his hand dismissively and ushered us all out. Only Bella remained, sobbing and in need of comfort. As I stepped out the door, I felt a clarity I had never experienced before. Anyone with eyes could see that Dr. Thompson was clearly favoring Bella. The so-called punishment was merely a light brush-off of her guilt. Despite having no evidence earlier, he had insisted on forcing me to withdraw from school. I took a deep breath and erased the image of that figure I had once admired and followed from my memory. Someone unworthy doesn't deserve even a single glance from me. After leaving the office, I took the opportunity to thank Yu Shuesheng properly. If it weren't for him providing the surveillance evidence in time, even if I had come up with another way to escape at the time, I would still have ended up in a mess. No need to be so formal, it was just a small favor. Nathan smiled at me. Besides, I'll be expecting you to repay me. I nodded seriously. As long as you ask, I'll do anything I can. Nathan burst out laughing. Then he turned serious. Actually, my team is short a member, and I was hoping you could help out. Nathan explained that they were preparing for a national competition. The team member originally assigned to handle the project data suddenly fell ill and had to return home to recover, forcing them to withdraw. After some thought, I agreed without hesitation. While I was immersed in this new challenge, Bella became the talk of the campus. Her reckless act of knocking over an alcohol lamp and nearly causing a fire made many people despise her. Help! If I had such a useless teammate, I'd want to strangle them. Who could have imagined that going to school would almost cost her her life? It's a nightmare. They still call her the school flower? She's just a laughingstock. Because she was mocked by everyone, Bella, who valued her reputation, refused to go to school and stayed home. Her attendance record was filled with red marks. When the news spread, she was mocked even more. A few days later, I received a frantic call from Ethan. Jiangyi, did you do this? Did you team up with others to isolate and bully Cuckoo? She's too scared to go to school now, crying herself to sleep every night and losing a lot of weight. As her older sister, are you trying to drive your own sister to death before you'll be satisfied? My response was to hang up the phone without hesitation. I then blocked all her contact information. These days, I've been busy joining Nathan's seniors competition team, with no time to rest. Time is so precious, I don't want to waste it on these crazy people. But I never expected this. Bella is really like a leech. She's up to something again. That day, I had just finished a group meeting. I was dragging my tired body back to the dorm to rest. As soon as I reached the lobby, a pale figure suddenly rushed toward me. Sis, I really know I was wrong. It was the alcohol lamp incident. I was so scared. Please forgive me. Bella sobbed as she threw herself at me. I didn't react in time, and my body instinctively stepped back. Bella stumbled and fell to her knees in front of me with a thud. Sister, I was wrong. Wah. Can you please stop letting everyone scold me? I'm really scared. Do I have to die for this to be over? Bella pouted, looking so pitiful. She seemed so helpless. But it couldn't hide her moral blackmail. No wonder. Bella prides herself on being a dumb beauty, always playing the innocent fool, thinking the world revolves around her. But why? Everyone is the master of their own life. I was so angry I laughed. Bella, you've got the wrong person. It's not about whether I forgive you or not. It's that you still haven't realized you did something wrong. Because of your foolish actions, everyone has to pay the price. Where do you get the confidence? Is it because you have a big face? Instead of playing the victim in front of me, why don't you try to improve your low academic standards? No one will clean up your mess for free. I looked down at her tear-stained cheeks, her makeup smudged at the corners of her eyes. Even now, she was still thinking about putting on a show. No wonder she's Bella, it's no surprise. I didn't bother with her anymore and hurried back to my dorm. Out of the corner of my eye, Bella was still kneeling on the ground, refusing to move. A sense of foreboding washed over me. 3 days later, a video went viral online. It was from her older sister, accusing her of school bullying. Her crimes are heinous. The devil is right beside you. The message was sent to me by Nathan. When I clicked on it, I saw Bella kneeling on the ground, weak and helpless, while I stood before her with a dark, menacing expression. This made Bella look even more pitiful. The carefully edited footage and appropriately chosen background music highlighted my cruelty to the fullest. The comments below were already boiling over with anger. Holy crap, that's her own sister. What a despicable attitude. What kind of person does that? That poor girl looks so pitiful, with an expression like she's about to break into pieces. Give her a hug, woo-woo. No matter what the conflict is, sisters can't possibly have such deep-seated hatred, right? It's heartbreaking to watch. I heard she's a top student at a prestigious university, yet she lacks basic human decency. She'll be nothing but a waste of resources once she enters society. Netizens were outraged and ready to dig up dirt and attack her. Ethan appeared. He verified his identity and exposed mine. Although the two of them are related to me by blood, in my heart, Coco is the only sister I consider family. After our parents passed away a few years ago, Ethan inherited the family business. Riding on his rich second-generation reputation, he has over 1 million followers and attracts a lot of attention. As soon as the content was posted, it immediately drew a huge crowd. The insults toward me came flooding in like a tidal wave. Holy crap, my internet husband has spoken, we have to support him. That bully girl has a sharp and cruel face. I feel so sorry for our little sister. But I think it's not good to jump to conclusions before the truth is clear. The person above must be a hired troll by the bully girl. Even her own brother doesn't like her, which shows how low her character is. Some people even started conducting a human flesh search on me. Name, age, ID number, phone number. Everything was exposed. Even the fact that I joined Nathan Sr.'s competition team has become so-called evidence. She's just a girl who's only been in university for a few years and managed to get into such a prestigious team. There must be something fishy going on. In just half a day, I've been labeled an academic witch. My reputation has plummeted. I originally didn't want to bother with this farce. In my previous life, I had been criticized so much that I had developed immunity to it. These things were nothing to me. But they shouldn't have dragged innocent people into this. I immediately apologized in the competition group chat, and everyone expressed their concern for me. It's okay, the internet changes its direction every day. Only fools take it seriously. Don't let it affect you, Junior. We still need to work together on the competition. I'll treat you to a big meal another day. If you're still in a bad mood, we'll eat again. My roommates were also deeply outraged by this unjustified disaster. They used their own accounts to clarify the situation online for me, but to no avail. Unfortunately, it was right around the time of the school anniversary holiday, so we couldn't contact the academic affairs office. That's when Song Qing called. Jiang Yi, this is the price you pay for bullying Cuckoo. It's all your fault. Cuckoo has been so depressed lately that she's even considered cutting her wrists. You've ruined her life, you deserve it. I laughed coldly. So all of this is because of you and Ethan. It's a lesson for you. Song Qing's voice was hoarse, tinged with a sense of superiority. It was just a small matter, but you insisted on making a big deal out of it, intentionally tormenting and bullying Cuckoo. You can even be so ruthless to your own sister. No one is more cold-blooded and heartless than you, Jiang Yi. Don't think I don't know you've always been jealous of Cuckoo. I've seen through your hypocritical true colors. And you were dumped. Our Song family doesn't allow someone with a heart as venomous as yours to tarnish our family's reputation. I rolled my eyes in disgust. What a stupid, self-righteous guy. Does he really think he's the center of the universe? Ugh. Just as I blocked his number, Bella showed up at my door. Jiang Yi, I told you, you can't beat me. You made me the laughingstock of everyone for so many days, now it's your turn to taste the bitter taste of being exposed online. Even through WeChat, I could feel Bella's arrogant and triumphant expression. The message was sent, but she quickly withdrew it. The chat interface was clean. Did she think this would make it disappear? I calmly ended the screen recording and dialed 110. Hello, police. I need to report a crime. Someone is twisting the facts and slandering me. When the police arrived, Bella was on the playground with her friends, playing the victim. Hearing the people around her angrily defending her, Bella looked innocent, but the smile in her eyes was about to overflow. Then, in the busiest area, she got her silver handcuffs. However, the smile didn't completely disappear, it shifted to my face. The evidence Bella had handed over herself was, of course, going to be used against her. The false pretense couldn't hide the truth. When the holiday ended, the school released the surveillance footage from the lab and the dormitory building on its official Weibo account. It immediately caused a huge stir. My goodness, this was the truth. Wait, the evidence is right here. How dare Bella act innocent and play the victim? An anonymous student from our school came forward to comment. Bella referred to herself as a stupid beauty, and her green tea tactics fooled so many people. She probably thought she was irresistible, believing that no matter what she said, everyone would blindly follow her. Help! Being brainwashed is a disease, it needs to be cured. In my opinion, Jiang Yi is the one who's really suffering. He was so harshly criticized online before, but he's just an unlucky guy who was betrayed by his own family. Sigh. Hey, where's Ethan? How dare he slander his own sister? Come out and face the criticism. But no matter how many people tagged Ethan online, he didn't respond. It's not that he's too scared to admit it, he's about to go to prison and step on a sewing machine. After Bella was arrested, Ethan, the sister-obsessed maniac, panicked and called the police. He was detained and found guilty of tax evasion, earning himself a trip to prison. Song Qing was also exposed for plagiarism. This is all thanks to Bella. She was originally just being investigated for defamation, but before she even entered the black room, she panicked and spilled all her secrets. My Dr. Thompson was also implicated and fired from the school. After the announcement came out, I found out that Bella had been having an affair with Dr. Thompson, and he had her by the short hairs, which is why he defended her unconditionally. But none of that matters to me anymore. On the day of the court ruling, Nathan and I boarded the flight to the international competition. Countless opportunities and challenges await me. I won't waste my time on trivial matters. Every second counts, reading 2 more pages of materials is the way to go.